Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap pre-market leap. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder and head moderator of Quantum Leap. We've been around for about 6 years now. It's just a private group of traders. This is not a commercial venture, although we are starting up our subscription service for the live trade room starting in July. So next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be doing a quick 30-minute webinar just to chat about the structure of the room, how we're going to set the room up, the fees, etc. So mark that on your calendar next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Today is Friday, June 26, 2015. Thank goodness it's Friday. I will not be trading on Monday. I'm going to Toronto. What we do here, for those that are new, is each morning I'll go through my morning routine. I'll look at the market macro to micro in terms of trends, very basic routines. Then we get into the structure of the market and we drill down into the trade levels that we are looking at and our targets, and then my main hypotheses for the day. Before I get going, I do have to get the legals done. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than their initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own risk your risk parameters and your own trade plan. Okay, so with that said, let's just get this out of the way. Let's start with our news. We don't really have any big news. We've got revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation at 10 a.m. This will likely come out a little bit early. And then we've got Carney speaking, the Bank of England governor, at 10:15 Eastern. The big one is obviously headline risk with, I guess there's some tariff stuff going on, and whatever happens with Greece. I don't know if they're going to come to any type of resolution today. So not a lot of scheduled news, but lots of headline news. So keep your risk very tight. So yesterday, our main hypothesis was a neutral extreme continuation. So on Wednesday, we had a neutral extreme, whereas we broke the IB to the high, we broke the IB to the low, and then one side took over and we trended down and we closed near the low. And we talked about this yesterday, that when you have a neutral extreme, you generally get continuation. You get a rotational day with another directional day in the move of the neutral extreme. And you can see we opened up in the lower distribution from Wednesday. We had our rotational day. They failed to get above the value area high, and then the other side took over, and we trended all the way down and went and hit our targets. Our main target below was, of course, that 2099 area. We were front running it at 2099.75, but we had the naked close, we had the value area low, we had the RTH low from Wednesday. There was all kinds of stuff down there. And then when we broke that, we went down and hit our next target at 97.75 and 95.50. They found a little bit of responsive buying down here. You can see this Mr. Sneaky led the way up to rotation off of our trade level at 94.50, and then they failed to get back inside of the range on Wednesday, and we flushed into the close. I was looking for that 91.75 target, just in one tick in front of the 91.50. We did not get it. They came down to 92, and then they closed at 94. We did get the continuation in the Globex, and they did go down and take out that target, and we had a low in Globex at 20.90.50. So pretty good day yesterday. We were rocking and rolling, and quite literally we had the music going in the afternoon. So let's take a look, and what I like to do is I always start my day with a very simple candlestick chart. I use two moving averages, 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. I'm just looking for slope and separation, and I just want to. I do two things with this. I look at where we are within the trend in the different time frames, and I start with the monthly, and I work our way down right into the intraday, and then I'm looking for naked crosses. And a naked cross is where the 9 crosses over the 20 and price leaves it alone. And these do not get left naked. You can see that this one right here was created on this move down and then came up and took it out. Now this is on a monthly. And then I'm looking for slope and separation. How strong is the trend? And you can see right now that we've got good slope, good separation on the monthly. Trend is very much intact. Does not even come to even being tested until we get below that 2052 level. So strength of the trend on the monthly is strong. On the weekly, it is weakened, and we've come down. We've lost slope and separation. They tested below the 9 and the 20, then they popped up last week, and so far this week we've stayed above the 20, and we're trying to hold above the 9 right now. Got a possible head and shoulder. Actually shows up much better on the daily. So the trend is still intact on the weekly, but it's weakening. On the daily, right now we have a possible head and shoulder. Here's the left shoulder. Here's the right shoulder. Pattern has not completed itself, but we have a possibility of some weakness coming in. We have a bit of a downward trend starting, but we don't really have a lot of slope and separation. So this is not a full pattern until it comes down and tests the neckline down here. But the overall trend is being tested, and we're more in a consolidation. Going down into the intraday, into the 4-hour, we talked about this naked cross here that was created in that move down 2 days ago, and we went up and took it out. They rejected the 9, and now we're trending back down. We've got good slope, good separation. We created this tech gap with a Mr. Sneaky, came back up, closed the tech gap. We failed to get above the 9. The 9 is sitting at that 98.50, which is going to be a key resistance area for us today. But we do have a bit of a start of a trend on the 4-hour. But if you look at the 30-minute, all right, we actually have popped up when we had a strong trend down, consolidation, pop back up, and we're starting a trend to the upside. So we're probably going to test that 4-hour trend that's still to the downside again at that 98.50 area. A little bit of slope, a little bit of separation. We're holding above the 9 and the 20, and so we've got a bit of a trend on the 30-minute. It's much clearer on the was much clearer on the 5-minute. I haven't looked at this for a bit. We had a nice trend going up, then they rolled over and we started a trend down. We created a naked cross. This is a perfect example of a naked cross being taken out. We created the naked cross on the move down. Now they've come up and taken out that naked cross, and we're getting a strong move up right now. Trading 97, testing that 98 on the 4-hour. We do have a naked cross down here at 20.93. We have one on the 15-minute and one on the 5-minute. So watch this one, because this is also down at an important level that we'll talk about when we get to the composite, which we're going to do right now. So let's go to the composite. So this is the big picture of what I've been watching. You can see that I'm watching this microcomposite, the longer term microcomposite that goes back to the beginning of February till now. The value area high that we've been watching and has been our key line in the sand is at 2108.50, and then the value area low on the microcomposites down here at 2060.50. Currently right now, we're back inside. We had broken back up outside of value, long-term value, and we were trying to hold price above. We came up and we tested this prior microcomposite that runs from the 18th to the 25th of May, where we made our all-time highs and tried to hold value. We couldn't hold value above. They came back down, came all the way back down into the value area. Found buyers, came up, gapped up, tried to go up again, couldn't hold the 1650. They tried to accept 1350, then the news of Greece deal falling apart, they couldn't hold it, and they brought it all the way back down. And we said if we got back inside of this, we'd likely come down into this distribution area down here, which I consider to be, undetermined value. We've got 95.25, 94, 91.75, and 87.50. 87.50 is the next big target below if we can't get above that 2108.50. The 2087.50 is the microcomposite VPOC, or the most traded price going all the way to back to beginning of February. Currently, we're trading at 98. We got a little bit of resistance at 98.75. Remember that 98.50 is the test of the trend to the downside on the 4-hour. If we get above that, next resistance is 2100.25, and then above that, the big target above is going to be this 1275. 1275 is the 2-day microcomposite VPOC. It's the naked VPOC from yesterday. It's also the VPOC from Wednesday as well. If we hold below this 98, the next big target below is 95, or the next target below is 95.25, and the naked close, and the 93.75 with the range low and that 91.75, and then just below it the 90.50 from overnight. 89.50 is going to be a key area for us today. If we don't hold it, we'll have a really nice trade into this 87.50 and possibly come down and explore the lower side of this distribution, maybe come down to the lower side of balance down here, but we'll have to wait to see what the market gives us. So let's bring up our Globex chart and we'll start putting our levels in. So right now we're trading 98. We've got a double distribution here at 95.25 overnight. We've got the value area low from yesterday at 96.25 with an LVN just below it at 96. I'm going to be using this area this morning as a major trading level. I'm going to be looking to come down here, see if we find responsive buyers. If we don't find responsive buyers, I'm looking to get long back up through this this little LVN zone. My first target above is going to be that 97. It's basically, we kind of got like a triple distribution with this little 97 HVN in between the two distributions. And then above us, we've got the 98.75 LVN and the 98.75 CLVN and the IB high at 98.25. So this is also going to be a trade area for me right here. Basically all the way, I want to be above 99, because if I get in above 99, then I've got to get funded before we come back to the midpoint and the VWAP close from the RTH yesterday. And this again is doing this. Let me just fix this. I went and downloaded the new version of IRT, and it's still not doing my lines correctly. I don't know why it does that. And then above that, I'll be looking for continuation and back up into the 2102.75. That's going to be our main target above. And I'm just going to front run it by one tick. All right, and then above that, we've got, let me put my overnight highs and lows first. We've got the overnight high at 99 and a quarter. That's just above that, that 98 and a quarter area. And then we got the overnight low at 90.50. And then our VPOC is at 93.50, which is basically right near our close, and then basically an HVN from the lower distribution from yesterday. All right, so we don't need this anymore. I'm going to expand this out so we've got this so you guys can see. All right, so we've got the 96 to 95, 75 below that, the key target. The first target is going to be 93.50, but I'm just going to move it up to the naked close at 94. And then below that, we've got the 92 range low with 91.50. I'm actually going to use 92.75 as a trade area because I think if we can get continuation below the 94 and 93.75, that will actually come down, and I'm looking for this 91.50 to be taken out when they come down and take out the overnight high at 90.50. Then just below that, we've got this 89 and a quarter naked close just below the 89.50 CLVN, and this is a key area. So I'm going to use this as a trade area as well as a target. And then, of course, below that, the next big target below is going to be the 87.50, which is the microcomposite VPOC. Below that, we've got the FOMC number at 84 and a quarter, 82.50 CLVN, 81 and a quarter. And then the next big target, you got 78.75. This is more of a number from the June contract, but I'm going to use it as a target below here. But the real big target below is going to be down here at 75.75 with support coming in at 74 and a quarter. And then below that, we got the 68 and a quarter. I don't think we're going to get down here today, but I'm just bringing these in just in case we do get a trend down. I want to know what I'm going to do in any type of circumstance. And then the 66. And then the big key line in the sand is going to be this 60.50. Oh. Okay, and then below that, and I just want to bring this in, we've got 59. $51.50 is going to be the big target below there. 45 and a quarter. I'm just giving you your extended targets. 42 and a quarter. And we were talking about this before. If we do 42 and a quarter, if we do get below this, let me bring this up, this 60.50, right? This is going to complete that head and shoulders on the daily, and we'll have broken the neckline, and the measured move is all the way down. The 100% measured move on that neckline is 2019. Now 2019 was this micro composite VPOC for the June contract that got shifted down to 2011-25 on the September contract. This is a key area that I'm watching. down here if we can't hold value inside of that microcomposite and we break below the value area. I think we're going to come down. We'll have a bigger move down based on that head and shoulder measured move. So just keep that in mind. It's not something that I have in my hypothesis for today or this week, but I'm starting to look at it. I still think we're going to get a move back up, but the pattern, I have to pay attention to it. You know, we've got a lot of unequalized highs above. So doing the upper above the 98, looking for those targets at 2100 and 2102.75. And then above that, we've got 2105 and a quarter. And then targets at 2106.50, yesterday's open, with the next big resistance area is going to be basically this whole area between the value area high at 7 1/4, the 775, a range high. I'm going to bring this down a bit, but the key line in the sand again above us, which was, it was our key line in the sand for lower prices, is going to be this, value microcomposite value area high at 2108.50. And then above that, our extended target is that CHVN at 2113. Our immediate target above the key line in the sand is going to be that CHVN at 11. And then we have a little bit of resistance, the CLVN at 2112 1/4. And then 1350, 1650, and then that 1750 and 1850 area are highs from the 23rd and the 22nd. And then once we're in this area, all I'm doing is I'm looking long, because I'm looking to come into this 24 1/4, 26 1/4 September unequalized highs, and the 32.25 and the 34, the June unequalized highs. These ones, the 24 1/4 and the 32.25, were put into the RTH, and the 26 1/4 and the 34 were put in the Globex. So I'd be looking for that. So how am I going to trade this? Right now, I'm going to be on the sidelines between 98.50 and 96, and I'm going to wait for them, for one side to take control, and then above the 98, I'm going to get long. If they come down here and they reject the value area low and find responsive buyers, I'll get long back up into the 98, but anything below 96, I'm getting short. And I'm going to get strong short into this 91 and the takeout of the overnight low at 90.50. Did we just go and put a new Globex high in? I gotta check that out, because I wasn't sure whether or not we did that. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Where did my Globex chart go? I must have closed it out. Let me just check. I can check it on here. High is 98.75. So we still haven't taken out the 99 1/4 yet. We do have time, so we could put in a overnight high, expand it out and break it right on the open. So just be careful on the open. But above definitely above this 2100, I'm getting long. My first target is going to be the 2101.50. The reason that is from the June contract, and then the 2102.75, my main target above, with continuation through these other zones. And I'll be looking to build a long position for continuation and a test of the range high from yesterday, and possibly a break of that key line in the sand for a blow off top. Below 20, 96, 95, 50, 95.75, I'll be getting short into the naked close, the gap close, and a move down to take out these lowers. And I'll be, if we get a break below the 90.50 or 89, I'll get very short into 87 and looking for a possible return to the scene of the crime of the FOMC number at 84 and possible continuation down to this 81, 82 area. So that's what I'm looking at on the ES. Stick around. We're going to trade it this morning. Just want to take a quick look at gold. It's not the chart I want. Just bring today in. So again, we're finding balance in this lower area. I want to just draw a profile here. I want to just want to see where the balance is. So we're finding balance around 72.60. The key to me right now is the 61.80 or the 79.70. You could use the 74.80 for a long into that 77, 78 area, but I'm going to wait. I'm waiting patiently for them to break back above the 79.80, and I'll get long into this 83 and 88, 89 area. And then the really big one, again, I keep talking about, if we get above this 92.50, just click the button. Just buy into this 1200. This is the composite going all the way back to 2008. It's still going to act as a magnet. It's going to be a pretty strong trade, but we got to break that 92.50 area and get outside of this value area from this longer term micro composite. So that's what I'm looking at for gold. Below 61.70, then I think we're going to get some lower price discovery down with targets at 51.80, 46.90, and 37.90 with the big target below down here at 11.28. That's what I'm looking at for the gold. Just going to take a quick look at the Keltner here. We are trading in the upper Keltner. We do have a we've got a double Renko reversal, but it didn't really get right to the upper Keltner. But I would be careful about getting long here right now until we get into the RTH Open. Test of the upper Keltner is going to bring us up to that 2100.25 CLVN. Test of the center line is 94.50 down in that near the 93.75 in the naked close. Our 24-hour VWAP is 20.95. And then below there, a move down into testing the lower Keltner. It's going to take us down into that 88 area. I think by the time we'll get there, it'll be 87.50 in that major target below. So that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.